Watch to win. 2 dishes, same fish in less than 15 minutes. You decide the winner. This is the Doc Direct Box Challenge. We invited 2 home chefs to cook up their very best using a randomly selected Doc Direct seafood box, a spin of the wheel, and 15 minutes on the clock. Ready, set, go!
Okay, so today I'm going to be cooking something healthy and fresh, and it's going to be called pan-seared salmon with shrimp ceviche. And first, I need to start by cutting the shrimp. So I'm going to start with the shrimp, and the whole process of ceviche is you have to let it marinate in the lemon and lime juice. So, because I only have 15 minutes, so you want to make sure the shrimp is actually cooking quick enough.
Let's get some cooking done here. First thing I need to do is to get my water boiling, and we're good to go. Let's get the cutting board in place. Let's start seasoning our seafood. We have some beautiful tiger shrimp here. We're going to go ahead and season them with some sparkling yuzu. The secret to this recipe is the yuzu juice, which is a Japanese lemon. Now, if you're having trouble finding yuzu juice, find yuzu juice.
So now I'm done juicing the lemon and lime, and now I'm going to put the shrimp and juices in the fridge to marinate and cook. I'm at the point where I need to take the shrimp and put it in the fridge. But I open the fridge and there's no room. And I know I can feel the camera on my back just looking at me, probably thinking, what the heck are you doing? But there, I had to shove the shrimp in the actual drawer.
A bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, give them a good toss. A little bit of extra virgin olive oil.
And the next thing is we're going to add mandarin oranges. Now the twist to my ceviche is I actually add mandarin oranges and avocado to it. I use a whole avocado. Make sure it's nice and diced. I'm going to take a spoon and carve it out. Okay, now we're going to finish putting the cilantro in, which I put a little more than a 1/4 cup, but that's okay. Now I need lime zest. Here it is. I put about a whole lime zest. I put about a whole lime of zest in there. Next, we're going to juice 2 limes.
Let's open our salmon. The salmon will be seasoned with just salt and pepper. Very simple. This is some very pristine product here, very beautiful. So when I start designing a dish in my head, several factors need to come into consideration. The first one, of course, is color. Second one is texture. The third one is flavor. So when you're putting things together, you start with your protein. In this case, I had salmon and shrimp. I know they're pink. I needed some extra colors like a red and a bright green to complement the plate, and a dark garnish to kind of offset everything. So that's why I used blueberry vinegar. I used the reduced ponzu on the side, which has more of a yellowish color. And I really hit all the colors on the rainbow here. I have some amazingly good looking spring onions here. The next product is going to be our oyster mushrooms. I'm gonna cut them up nice and gently. Try to keep them whole. So obviously I choose oyster mushrooms. I have a particularly strong taste for oyster mushrooms because I love the way they look, first of all. They have a texture that is soft, and they have a flavor profile that is very specific to an oyster mushroom. It's mild and it's soft. And speaking of which, I never gave a name to my dish. So it's going to be called a salmon and shrimp à la Christophe. All right, let's deal with the shallots. So shallots have been peeled. I'm just going to cut them in half. I'm going to do a quick chop.
So now that this is all mixed, now we need the shrimp. Let's see if that's done. The shrimp is done. It didn't take too long. And now I can tell the shrimp is cooked because it's pink all the way around. Now we're going to strain the lime and lemon juice because we already have some lime juice in here. We're going to put all the shrimp in here. Now we mix it up, and all you need to do is put it in the fridge to chill.
T-minus 10 minutes.
Okay, now I don't have a whole lot of time left, so now I need to start searing the salmon. We're gonna oil the pan. And we're gonna put it on. And then we have to salt and pepper the salmon. So now we're gonna go ahead and put the salmon in the pan.
All right, so once our tomatoes are cut here, we're just doing a little bit of salt. So I'm gonna do a little bit of jicama salad on top of my salmon. So the jicama is already peeled. So we're just gonna cut a little julienne out of it. So this right here, a little bit of extra virgin as well. A bit of salt and pepper. And we're gonna add a little bit more yuzu right here, which also is gonna marinate it. So our mise en place is ready to go. I think we're gonna get the couscous going in a second. And then we'll be ready to cook everything and put the plates together. The issue I'm having is that this is not boiling right now. So it looks like my water is not boiling right now, so it's kind of a complication here. I'm worried I'm not gonna make it in 15 minutes, but let's give it all we got.
I like my salmon a little pink in the middle. We're just gonna leave that for a minute and we're ready to serve it. So the reason I chose this dish was because I have to be on a diet myself and I wanted to do something that was heart healthy, keto friendly, dairy free, and even gluten free. And usually when I make salmon, I make it with a pineapple salsa or a mango salsa, but I wanted to do something with a twist. I'm so excited to work with this box.
All right, so water is on the verge of boiling now. Water is salted. We're gonna pour the pearl couscous in there. Now, just like when you're cooking pasta, because Israeli couscous is a pasta, you want some olive oil in your water, just enough for two. And right away, give it a stir. Make sure all the grains are separated. They get coated with the olive oil. This will take about 5 minutes and we'll be ready to go with it. Next step is to heat up your pans. We're gonna take all our saute pans. We're gonna place our green onions and bok choy in a pan with extra virgin olive oil. All right, took my cutting board to the side here. We're ready to get cooking. Everything is set. All I need to grab is my cooking utensils. Place them on the induction stove here. We're gonna get the bok choy going with the spring onions, the mushrooms, and the shallots. And so that's our next step. Let me get everything nice and hot. At my house, I have a gas range, which is a lot more responsive. Induction is great because it prevents accidents and it's clean, but typically induction takes a little bit longer. So gas is kind of like the way to go when you're at home. I'm gonna place my bok choy face down and some spring onions in that pan. We're gonna let it get nice and warm. All right. In this one, I'm gonna do my shallots and my mushrooms. Always season everything, salt and pepper. All right, let's check on our couscous for a second. See how we're looking here. One more minute. You want to give a little bit of color to those mushrooms. Remember, the less you stir the pan, the less heat you're losing, so let it go. Let it cook with the time. All right, so in order to accelerate the cooking process here, specifically on the bok choy, I'm gonna pour a little bit of water in there.
5 minutes to go.
Now, couscous. Couscous is ready. I'm gonna go strain it. All right, so we just strained the couscous, removed the water from it, and I'm ready to season it. I have a little bit of Moroccan lemon preserve here, very fragrant. You don't need much of it, it's very strong. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit of Sicilian lemon balsamic vinegar for more acidity. What I'm gonna wanna do is add some yuzu to those mushrooms as well. I just like the flavor, it's just so subtle. And now that the mushrooms are pretty much picking up some color, I'm gonna add my tomatoes in there. We're gonna give it a good toss. All right, I got a spot for free here. Now when it comes to the vegetables, I like to put a little bit of lime zest on them. And then now I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna do my my shrimp and my salmon. Before you saute any seafood, always remember to pat it dry. Otherwise it'll stick. Pat it dry with some paper towel and then rub it down. Make sure that it's coated with the olive oil. Hopefully it will not stick. Let me grab my spatula. So this is going good. Oh yeah.
Okay. Alrighty, so now I just need to find a spoon. Now we're going to, no, I need a plate. I need a clean plate. There we go. So now we're going to scoop the ceviche onto the plate. Mix it up first so it gets all the juices in there. Look at all that color. That's about enough.
All right, my pan is ready for my shrimp. Remember, I tossed them in yuzu and salt and pepper, a little bit of extra virgin. You're gonna grab them out. You don't want to put all the liquid in there. The liquid can be used to deglaze a little bit later on. All right, I better get those done quickly. It looks like I'm running out of time over here. So once the shrimp are cooked, we're gonna be ready to plate up.
2 minutes.
Let's get those plates over here. I like to serve the couscous on the side. The Moroccan lemon preserve scented Moroccan couscous here, Israeli couscous rather. I'm placing first my salmon on the side of the plate. Then we're gonna go ahead and move on with our mushrooms and tomatoes. This other shrimp, we gotta hurry up here. Spring onions, get bundled up over here. A bit of reduction of ponzu, real quick, my lavender. Garnish, and I'm done.
Time's up.
I'm done.
Wow, amazing. Time to taste.
Wow. I don't really want to comment, but I will have another bite.
You know, I really can't decide how much I like the wing or how much I like this dish. Very nice.
Well, looks like it's up to you to decide. Olivia? Or Christoph? Let us know in the comments. Now, to win your own Doc Direct seafood box of your choice, limited edition Santa Monica seafood apron, and a $100 online gift certificate to Doc Direct to share with a friend, simply follow, like, and tag to enter. Qualified winners will be selected to win the Doc Direct Box Challenge, where you're a winner every time.